Hi everyone, I'm Nakul
And I'm Stuart.
and we're with Callaway Middle East, and today we're going to be testing out the new line of the Apex clubs. We're going to be comparing them against the 2021 Apex and the DCB, and we're going to compare that against the new AI 200 and the 300. So Stuart, we're going to first start off with the Apex 21 versus the 200. I think the big differences that we're very excited to see this year are we can see how the soles are a little bit more different, and it's got a lot more forgiving sole, the AI 200. We also know that it's a hollow cavity back iron. This is our premium player's distance iron. And it also comes with the AI smart face technology that we've been working on. And that should be giving us a lot more ball speed and obviously some distance with it with increased dispersion as well as compared to the Apex 21. So let's try it out. I think we're going to start off with 5 shots with each club, see what numbers we get, and then we go from there.
All right, cool. So we're going to do a test, and then what we're expecting is basically a little bit more distance, a little bit more launch, and obviously forgiveness level, obviously, a little bit more overall. So let's hit a couple between them and let's find out.
Perfect.
It's pretty solid. Probably as good as I can hit them, to be honest. Let's continue to the AI 200. Right. Those are pretty solid.
So Stuart, now that you've hit both the Apex 21 and the AI 200, how do you feel? What's the difference between the feel of the two clubs?
So basically I felt that the AI 200, much softer feel, just felt easier overall, even on the miss hits. I'd say it hit all of them pretty good. Again, the new sole design felt like a slightly better turf interaction between the two. Obviously note that the degrees of loft between the old and the new are pretty much the same. But just overall, just a much better feel, and obviously a much sleeker look, better look for your average golfer or for someone that's a better golfer. So I'd like to kind of just quickly run through the numbers between the two. So what we have is at the top, we got the 200 and the 21s at the bottom. So what we're expecting, which is exactly this, you can see the average distance for the 200 is around 192, and we're looking at kind of 183 with the 21. So really we've got a bit more distance on that, which is what we expected. Ball speed, another one, so 130 on average as opposed to 127.5. Another example of what we're kind of expecting between the two. AI 200 smash factor, which forgiveness level, again, the AI smart face I think comes definitely into play with this. 1.43 as opposed to 1.4 with the Apex 21. And then one more thing to note is we got slightly more launch, 18.6 as opposed to 18.2, and hence therefore we have slightly the Apex is slightly higher than previously before in their predecessor. So overall a really good start, and it's something that we expected. Now it's time to move on through and do a test between Apex DCB and the AI 300 to see if we can get similar sort of results for your higher sort of mid handicapper.
All right, so we just got done testing the Apex 21 against the AI 200. Now we're going to move into the Apex DCB versus the AI 300. So the AI 300 is a complete player's game improvement iron. We can take a look at how the soles are a little different with this as well. We've redesigned the sole for the AI 300 to improve turf interaction and create more forgiveness. The AI 300 comes with the AI smart face as well, and it's a cavity back iron. So we're excited to see what this iron does. So again, we're going to do the same level of testing. We're going to start off with 5 shots each and then see what the numbers look like.
All right, let's give it a hit and see what we come up with. And obviously again, what we're expecting is again higher launch with the AI 300, again slightly higher ball speeds. There's a slight offset with the AI 300, but again a sleeker design for all golfers, especially your kind of mid handicappers that are looking for something more sleek but also really forgiving. So again, we're looking at increased ball speeds, we're looking at increased launch, we're looking to increase distance as well in comparison to the DCB. So let's give these a hit and see what we get. It's pretty much as good as I can hit them. Straight away, what a difference.
Right, so you just got done testing the DCB versus the AI 300. What's your first impression?
So for a mid-handicap design, I think it's absolutely amazing. A couple of mishits with this, the ball speeds are still up, the dispersion was still there. Everything in terms of average numbers were still really, really impressive in comparison to the DCB. So I think what Apex and Callaway brought out here is just something I think that's going to appeal to a lot of mid-handicap golfers. And it could even appeal to sort of your lower end handicap golfers for something that maybe they want in a 4, 5 or 6 iron. So I think, you know, in terms of the performance of this, I think it's really a big step up from the previous predecessor. So what we're going to do is quickly run through the numbers, again, what we're expecting. So we'll look at AI 300 at the top. So we're looking at average carry 191 as opposed to DCB 183. So again, we're expecting a little bit more carry. And again, that is the case. One more thing, we've got ball speed for AI 300. We've got 129, bordering on 130 as opposed to 125. Again, on average, a lot more ball speed due to the AI smart face. And then again, we've got smash factor pretty consistent throughout with the AI 300. We've got 144 as opposed to 139 with the DCB. So in terms of forgiveness level, a massive step up. And I think that'll improve and help with a lot of golfers from sort of your high sort of single digit handicap through to, I would say, probably 15, 16, where it would really help. Again, we have obviously launch angle, we got 17.3 with the AI 300 as opposed to 18.5, bearing in mind that on average, we have the Apex at 113 with the AI 300 and the Apex with 111. So again, even though it launched slightly lower, we still got higher Apex in their end, meaning that obviously it's going to land a little softer on the greens, but just overall much easier to launch. So again, I think a massive positive out of this one, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of people wanting to test the new AI 300 out. Yeah.
So Stuart, we just got done with testing the new line of the Apex AI 200 and the 300. And now we're going to move to a club that we both are very excited about, is the Apex TI Fusion. It obviously comes in this sleek black design, and the best thing about this club is the titanium face that it's got. So it's a forged body with a forged titanium face using the Fusion technology from Callaway to make sure it's a very stable iron. So we're expecting some really good ball speeds out of this, a lot of consistency in terms of ball speed, forgiveness, and overall performance. So let's test this out. I think we're going to do about 5 shots of this as well, and let's see how this stands up against the AI 200 and the 300.
All right, cool. Let's hit some shots and test it out.
All right, so you just finished hitting the Apex TI Fusion. What's your first response from this?
So I think from a feel and look, I think from a look, unbelievable. I mean, with the sleek black finish, we are testing it with the same shafts we have in the AI 300 and 200. Although this does come stock standard in a gunmetal black, so you can imagine the full sort of club black throughout, which I think appeals to a lot of golfers, including myself. But from a feel point, I think for your sort of, you know, better players iron, I still think the forgiveness level is there. You can feel that titanium face sort of trying to urge the ball on in terms of ball speed. I just think overall, just a really, really good club and an amazing look as well. So I think this is going to appeal to a lot of golfers, and it may even want to get into the hands of someone of a slightly higher handicap. So keep in mind of these. If we can quickly just have a look at the numbers. So we're basically just going to run through sort of TI Fusion is at the top. So we've had a look at sort of carry distance of 187. We're comparing it against the AI 300, which again 191 is only 4 yards. There's a couple of degrees difference between Fusion and the AI 300. We've got ball speeds in the 130s quite comfortably, and obviously slightly ahead of the AI 300. And again, spin slightly more. We've got great launch angle, 17.2 as opposed to 17.3. Again, the apex of the TI Fusion at 115, so we're getting really nice height, really good launch, and obviously spinners up there with high ball speeds. So yeah, really, really great.
All right, so we just got done with testing the AI 200, 300 and the TI Fusion against the Apex 2021s. Overall, we see a great increase in distance. So we're seeing an average of about, I would say, 7 to 8 yards on average increase in carry distance, which is massive for our everyday golfer. And then we're also seeing an increase in ball speed. So I think overall, looking at these numbers, we're looking at a great product here. And just like to know a little bit more from you about how you felt with them.
Yeah, so from a hitting perspective, I think they all felt amazing. I mean, a fully forged design, fully forged AI smart face, giving it that extra bit of forgiveness level, which we saw in the numbers. I think better launch, and I think overall, from a look perspective, I think this appeals to all the golfers out there. So I would say, you know, within the week, I suppose these clubs have launched already. So I would say head to your nearest retailer and get fitted as soon as possible. And then also just a massive shout out to 5 Iron Golf for hosting us here today. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.